Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to 2022. I hope your new year and your holiday season were amazing. We're gonna do a little bit of warm-up, just really quick. I've been doing some photo editing this morning, so I haven't been doing a ton of drawing. So we need maybe just a little bit of time here just to get my hand warmed up. How are you guys doing? Devin, Jane, hello, welcome. How's the audio? Pretty sure we got it all working first thing. One would hope. Awesome. So good. How are you guys? Are you happy it's January? I do really like the holiday season, but I think after a little bit it gets kind of exhausting. So I'm a little bit excited that it's January, that we're starting a new year and a new month. We got a new 3D printer for Christmas, and I have been basically printing nonstop for like 2 weeks. I'm happy the horror days are over. I turn 40 this January. Oh no, mixed feelings for sure. Hey Vucky, good morning. By slowing the roll and doing what you want instead of what you think you should. Yeah. Awesome. A good practice. I think it was a nice reset, but I'm definitely ready to be back to work now. I basically haven't worked on this comic for like probably over a month. I got really burned out. So this is going to be kind of interesting this morning. I've worked on it a little bit, but not like in any substantial form. You've been so 3D printy lately, understandably. It just makes so many fun toys. I have a hard time not doing 3D printing because of like just the extreme level of fun toys. Right now it's printing an articulated slug. It's been going for like 14 hours. Yeah, the burning out thing is like really kind of crazy. Plus, I did something kind of dumb where I was like, I'm gonna have my first streaming day back, and also we're gonna open commissions, and also I'm gonna get the shop update done all on the 3rd because I have a dentist appointment again on the 5th. And I was like, oh no. I got to like Thursday last week and I was like, all right, it's time to cut the expectations back a bit, because that's not functional. That's not doable. So I ended up just deciding to kind of take it easy, slow release style on the shop update. Instead of trying to like pressure myself to get that all done this weekend, I just kind of took some time to chill and reset. Yeah, that's too much at once. I agree. Past Marina had other plans. Like a crazy person, apparently. She was trying to make me come back into the New Year swinging. We're not ready for that. To work up to it a little bit. I mean, I guess Bucky, except for my full name's on all of my other social media. So not really. S-curves, I guess, is, I feel like I did S-curves enough. Let's do flowers and be done. I feel like I'm bored with warming up already. I think they might be testing some kind of auto chaptering thing on YouTube that's maybe messing with your mobile. Or maybe you've got like a setting turned on or something. I don't know. Alright, I think we're probably ready. Oh, why is my eraser so small? Baby. A baby eraser. There. I don't know what those flowers are. They're just basically like you try to loop back to relatively the same point. It's just to kind of try to get your hand used to matching the points that you came from. 20 or 30 for this? Or like maybe 25? I think I started off at 30 and then like with the brush size, and then we just kind of like slowly over time shrank it down a little bit. Do you guys have art goals for 2022? What are you working on this year? I haven't quite decided what mine are going to be. Like, why is that happening? It's because I was inking on the wrong layer. Oh no! My art goal is to animate a thing, and I did. I may do so again. Nice. I love setting completely, like, achievable goals. I think that that's a very good way to go about it. Easing into doing comics again. But don't tell anyone I said that. Okay, I won't. Fair enough. Probably because I need to do brightness to opacity. There we go. I figured it out eventually. Yep, now we're good. Sweet. Did you see the doodles I shared the other day? I haven't been super in Discord. I'll have to go look at them. I did not know if it was achievable. Had a few days off from work and was like, this sketch looks animatable. What program did you use, Devin? What cat are you talking about, Bucky? The minimalism is nice. Yeah. I'll have to go look at those a little bit later, Jank. I've been kind of like offline mode. Good. You should be a simp for CSP. It's the best drawing program there is. It's the best one I've ever used. Yeah. It's you know, holidays and doing a lot of like people. There's like a lot of people happening around the holidays for me usually. The whole people thing, I kind of have to disconnect a little bit. Oh, the three-eyed dimension hopping abomination. Yes, definitely hunt. This cat definitely does hunt. I thought you were using the expression for like, that dog don't hunt, but like with a cat. Yes, this cat definitely will chomp some small animals for sure at some point. Maybe not in this comic. But yeah, I feel like Peepers is a very good hunter. Ooh, I'm getting some like weird parallaxing on my pen today. It might have been long enough that I need to actually like reset my tablet. I've been doing most of my drawing through December on my iPad. Disparity there. I'm actually a huge fan of the CSP animation tools. I think they're very, very good. I do all of my animating in CSP also. Also, I'm not sure if you were able to find it, Devin, but CSP does have some kind of tweening type tools. They're really interesting kind of like hybridized versions of the stuff you would use in Animate and Premiere. So you basically can kind of like, you can have things move in really specific ways, whether it's like skew, distort, scale, or just like general like motion. So you can kind of do frame by frame and then also tween on top of that, which does like a really interesting kind of combo. Oh no, nib first on the floor, death. Poor fountain pen. You had it for like a week and your hand decided it was no. Oh no. Oh. In cat form or squid? Probably both. Probably either or. Oh yeah, Devin, I want to see the animation you did. Did you put it in Discord or anything? I animate a bunch of different stuff. I do little, kind of like little shorts, not really like movies, but just kind of like little looping stuff. And then I do a lot of like emotes for commission for Twitch and YouTube. What else have we animated? Guys, I'm blanking. It has been so long. PNG tubers. I've done several like PNG tubers for people. Or like GIF tubers that just have like a little looping animation. Like starting soon screens and stuff like that for Twitch, where there's little tiny, where it will be kind of like a room or something that has little animated bits. VTuber's still one of the best you've seen. I think it would be really cool to fully rig it to be a VTuber, but I kind of gave up on that project because I got mad overwhelmed by VTube Studio. Leroy's, what's the software called? There was a program I was using to do it, and it was like super complicated. I don't remember what it's called right now. It's like the super basic one that everybody uses that doesn't have like the anime models. 2D Live maybe? Live 2D Cubism. That's what I was using. So super complicated program, and I was like, it is technically a VTuber. But I did kind of work on trying to get it to like full VTuber where it would like pick up using a face cam. Yeah, I think GIF tubers and PNG tubers are technically VTubers. Yeah, all circles are ellipses, but not all ellipses are circles. Yep. That's pretty much it exactly. Plus there's so many different like interstitials. Like you can have a partially rigged PNG tuber. Like the one that I'm using right now, she activates when I speak, and then there's some animation to it as well. So she's kind of a GIF tuber, but also kind of a PNG tuber. Because there's technically a GIF in there, and it's also two different images that just switch when I talk. There's also some kind of like less movement-y VTubers, like the puppets that I use on my actual like YouTube videos. Those are put in by hand, and they're technically like hand animated, like hand animated frame by frame, but they kind of serve the spot of a VTuber. I'll probably never be making a video game. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, that would be a really cool process to be a part of, but I don't know that I could actually like instigate it and support it on my own. That just seems like a lot. Jinx game is so cool. Oh man, my articulated slug just finished printing. Brando set up a little webcam down there so I could like monitor the print while I'm working. Because otherwise I'll just like go up and downstairs constantly because I'm fascinated by it and I want to just watch it all the time. So he flashed a little like Raspberry Pi and put a webcam on it so that I could just kind of like have an internal IP that I could visit and like just stock the 3D printer. I know. Have you seen those? I see them a ton on TikTok, but you basically have to like take them off the print bed and you have to crack all their little like parts apart and it does like a kind of cool like ASMR like 3D print crack. I'll have to make a video of it for Instagram stories. Yep, it's an animated, so it's an animated PNG that you download through Clip Studio for the moving one, and then the other one is just a still image. And I have been meaning to come back in and like have her keep drawing while I'm talking, but I haven't fixed it yet. Yeah, the little bounce is part of the Discord dev tools. So there's a program that I put it through that adds that little bounce. There's also like a lighting effect. You can have her like dim a little bit when I'm not talking. It's really cool. So last year, my art goals were improve the lighting in my drawings, which I think I did pretty considerably. Post my first YouTube video, which I definitely did. Improve anatomical structure, definitely did that. And better hairstyles, or like more dynamic hairstyles, which I think I did too. You kind of like that she stops drawing when she's talking. That's fair. Feels more authentic. That's fair, actually, yeah. Discord probably, Jank. If you wanna DM me a link, I can post it here. I still haven't found the setting. I don't know if you are allowed to actually let people put links in your lives on YouTube. I think it might be shut off. But if you wanna send me the link, I'll post it. There you go. Your goals are very specific and I like that. I had some like very specific things I was trying to work on. A little bit of a line that I need to make right here, and I'm not very good at the straight across lines. My wrist doesn't do very good moving like that. Alright, let me turn the little peepers back on. And then we need kind of a zoom. I like that the onomatopoeias are hand drawn. That's very fun. I'm still really enjoying that as like a part of the comic. Mostly because I just really like typography. And I like making hand-drawn type. It's always super obvious when somebody dumps pre-drawn sound effects into the comic and the line art doesn't match. Yeah. And that's kind of the reason that I decided to make my own font for the actual text, like the dialogue bubbles also, is because I also hate that disconnect. So like these speech bubbles, when I come in to add text to these speech bubbles, I have a comic font that is basically my handwriting, but like a little bit more curated, like it looks a little better. I always forget that you can't just like stretch it out in Clip Studio, because you can in Photoshop. Weird. So that way the line weights match every time. Okay, we need the plants that are out here. I hate doing anything with typing clip. Yeah, the like text tools are a little wonky. Just import it into InDesign. It's fair. I like going for weirdness because it tends to be more interesting. Space number 2000 isn't actually set in space. What's the spookiest type of living foliage? I mean, it's gotta be carnivorous plants, right? You do your text in Ibis paint? Sweet. I don't think I've ever used Ibis paint. What do you think of it? And do you do your painting in Ibis Paint also, or do you do drawing and stuff like that in another program? You've never heard of Ibis Paint? Give me his number. That's awesome. Oh no. Oh, okay. 2016 Jink. Got it. Got it. I see what's happening here. I missed a speech bubble. So Ibis Paint looks like it's primarily an app program. Erica, do you use it on your iPad or on your phone? I'm interested. I love learning about new drawing programs. And like Devin, if you get to make a phone call to 2016 Jink, can you have 2016 Jink give 2016 Marina a call? I have some choice words. Tablet, Samsung Galaxy Tab. Cool. I'll have to check that out. I haven't used that one. I've done a little bit with, or actually quite a lot with Paint Tool, Sci, and Photoshop, and then also Procreate and Krita, but Krita was like many years ago. Clip Studio I think is definitely my favorite. Clip just has the best brush engine that I've used. Infinite Painter. Okay, cool. Do you use that one on your Galaxy Tab also? If you're calling anyone in 2016, it's you. Oh. You default to Illustrator for cleaner vector design? Yeah. Clip does vector design, but I don't think it's like fully optimized. Yeah. Erica, I really like the Procreate snapping features, but that app like dumped 2 months worth of work, and so we're still in a fight since last year. In like February when that happened. I can't even open the program without just feeling like this is gonna happen again and I'm gonna die. Plus, I don't feel like it has as many features for comic making as Clip Studio does. Like, Clip Studio seems to be made for illustration and comic making, where Procreate is just more for drawing, kind of sticker design and illustration a little bit. But not like painterly illustration. Like, all the watercolor and oil brushes in Procreate have a lot of static stuff. Like, it doesn't give you a very good... You have to work really hard to make them look like what they're supposed to be. And that's the same thing for Photoshop. Like, most things are just stamps in Photoshop. I don't know. I don't feel like Photoshop has given up quite yet on the fact that it is a photo editing program. It's still trying to hit that mark pretty hard. But Clip Studio came from Manga Studio, so it knows already what it is. Yeah, it only exports raster. There's a way you can get an SVG out of it, and I don't remember how to do that. But I think it was probably long-winded and a workaround at best. Ibis is specifically made for comics. Cool. Clip has better brushes though, yeah. And like, you can always make brushes for whatever program you're using, but it isn't always a fun process, and it can be kind of time intensive. Like, should I have made a brush for this stupid bush that I keep having to paint, like, draw out 18 times? Probably. Would it have been worth it? No. Probably not worth the time. It probably would have looked too stampy. There's some stuff I have made brushes for. We have quite a few like little effects brushes. This one, because I just hate, oh, where did it go? There we go. This one, because I just hate drawing, I hate drawing attached circles. Like, that's so annoying to me. These little pumpkins, because I tend to add pumpkins to like everything. So we just have some little, like, in my own hand pumpkins. Oh, the ibis-shaped tools are better? Wow. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Victorian fencing. I really hate drawing Victorian fencing, so I just made a brush for that because it looks good when it's uniform. Same with, like, shingles. Hate drawing shingles. Hate drawing stonework. Cheats on cheats. Oh, IBIS and CSP will like export. That's actually very cool. Yeah, it looks like it's on the Apple Store and the Play Store, so I'll have to see if I can get it on my iPad and play with it a little bit. I really only ever use vector design when I'm making a font, because all the letters have to be vectored. So what I typically end up doing is I typically end up using a template in Clip Studio to make the letters, cut them apart in Clip Studio because it's faster on my PC, and then porting them all over to my iPad through like a vector conversion program that's on there, and then I run it through my font builder that's on my iPad. Kind of annoying, but like very cheap and easy. I think I maybe spent $10 on the font maker software, and I get to control basically everything because I get to hand kern it. That's cool. I like that things are starting to be set up to work with Clip. That's a process. Devin, I would never take a commission to build a font. Let's just put it that way. Animation, sure. Drawings, sure. Paintings, sure. Font, no. Not ever. A font maker? Yeah. It's iFont something. I'm terrible at remembering the names of things. It's this one. It's called iFont Maker. You basically load in the SVGs of every letter individually, and then it lets you hand kern them together. But you can also size them up or down depending on how you want them to look in the kerning. It's absolutely crazy. I don't do it very often, but like I'll do it for specific tasks. Oh, that like snap shape thing. I love that. So satisfying to watch. You served as art director and had a team helping me build it. It was a lot of work. Yeah, it is a ton of work. You had it lasered into a wood letterpress type. That's amazing. I would love to see a sample of that. Letterpress is beautiful. I love letterpress type. Okay, I think this panel has a little too much space in it. Blow that up just a little bit. Yeah, that's actually amazing. I love that. Can't remember what I was thinking I was going to do with the mouth on this one. Let's get some of the other shapes in here, and then maybe that will kind of help inform a little bit more. Love how inky these brushes are. Yeah, like a juicy Pentel ink brush. Yep, I agree. Intentionally. I switched to monoline a little bit at the end of last year, and just for like emotes and animation, and I freaking hated it because I don't know, I don't like my work without the line variants. Pocket brush, yeah, I get what you mean. You get your most authentic analog look in Infinite Painter. That's cool. So far, I get my most authentic like inking from Clip Studio, but I haven't tried those two that you're using right now. I don't know if I would be willing to switch at this point. I guess if it did like everything that I needed. It's hard to find a program that's ready for comics or animation though. Just kind of in one program. I do a lot better work when the program I'm using is also available on iPad and PC because I spend so much time switching between those. Any like streamlining of the workflow really helps. How many drawing programs there are now though. That is actually super amazing, and I love that there's options for everybody. You think Ibis is a close second? Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at those. Let me actually write those down really quick so that I have them for later. Ibis and Infinite Painter. Oh guys, I was sitting in my chair so spazzy. I gremlined so hard. No. Oh, lower back, no. I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice working at a desk. I took too many break. I gremlined, I know. YouTube needs to hurry up and get like a channel points redemption thing going so that we could put the straighten your spine back. Either that or I need to just put in a bot command that's like every 20 minutes, like, hi. Hello. Is your spine? How is your spine? Is your spine a knot yet? I don't know what that means. We can't feed you after midnight? I mean, it kind of just means like, if you picture a goblin sitting in a gaming chair, how would a goblin or a gremlin sit in a gaming chair? And then that's kind of what I've done. It just is sort of like a, I have hunched my entire body over the tablet and I'm sort of like holding on to it upside down and sideways with like little crinkled clawed hands. But no, you shouldn't feed me after midnight. That's how you get heartburn. Because of being old reasons. Oh yeah, she was wearing slippers. I was like, I really don't remember how to draw her feet. That's okay, I don't have to. Yes. Saved again by the slippies. Hey Natalie, welcome. It's Natalie. I know, right? How are you? How's your Monday going? Hey, I made it. Nice. Welcome on in. Welcome to the YouTubes. I'm honestly so hyped that you guys followed me over from Twitch. I kind of was assuming, like, when that move happened, that everybody was just gonna bail. I was like, it's okay if they do. I totally get it. But you guys didn't. And that's so awesome. were willing to leave us behind? No, I wasn't. I agonized over that decision. It was one of those things that's like, I have to do this because it's the right thing for me. You know what I mean? Slow, you just got up and made some tea. Nice. First bit of snow last night? Nice. We'll just say comic font for no reason in the middle of the story. It will not. I'm gonna put actual dialogue there like a consummate professional. It was 75 on New Year's Day. That is absolutely ridiculous. So, Natalie, I moved because Twitch, I'm sure you've seen the stuff that's been happening on there, like the hate raids and stuff like that. Just the enormous number of extremely offensive bots and stuff like that. And mostly just like Twitch's response to that was super, like, nah bro, like we don't really care about this. Also, they got hacked really bad. Basically didn't even say anything about it publicly and just were kind of like blew it off. Kind of didn't even tell people if like their bank and password information was secure, like what got hacked. You kind of just had to find out from like Reddit or 4chan. The discoverability just doesn't exist and has never existed. So like that's kind of always been a problem. And I noticed over time that my growth just basically stopped. On Twitch, like they'd basically bottlenecked my discoverability down to nothing. So you basically have to work 4 times as hard as you do on Twitch to get viewers, because you have to go to YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and try to direct people off of those platforms onto Twitch, which those platforms are automatically gonna say like, nah bro. So, I don't know, it's just like kind of saw the writing on the wall, like Twitch is never gonna change. That's the way that they want it. They want to just keep paying the top 6% of streamers a huge amount of money. So, they can have it. They can keep it. I'm not saying that YouTube is the absolute best at taking care of their creators, but they are certainly better than that. So that's kind of the play. I am enjoying YouTube. It's nice. The VODs get automatically saved with the like chat onto YouTube. There's way less bots and like weird behavior on YouTube than there is on Twitch. I think that the vibe is just like a little bit better. It's easier to share, like you set up the live stream in advance and then it's easier to share like links to it. Like you don't have to be like, okay, but like this isn't gonna be live for like a while. You can just kind of pass a link and then it will take them right to the YouTube live stream. And then when the live stream is over, that same link, like when I'm done today, for the rest of the day, my Instagram stories will just have that link and people can go back and watch the VOD by clicking that same link. So it's not, it cuts your like click through way down. Plus the goal was kind of to make YouTube videos and like edutainment kind of like a concept the whole time, and trying to get people from Twitch to go and sub to your YouTube channel and vice versa is just a little counterproductive when you can just put it all on one platform. So that's kind of, that was my strategy on that. yeah, it was actually completely terrifying to switch over. And Devin, I hope you didn't feel like I was ready to ditch you guys. That was not my intention. It was more of like a this is something I have to do, and I hope that everyone is okay with it. I definitely had like a contingency plan for moving back to Twitch if YouTube turned out to just be non-viable. And I tried to get as many people over. You're just being a dork. Okay. I did try to get as many people over from Twitch by like linking like, oh, are you looking for the stream? It's here now. I appreciate the dork energy also though. Fair, very fair. So did you guys see any good movies over Christmas break? I finally got to watch the new Halloween movie. After like forever, it finally showed up on Amazon Prime. I have feelings. Feelings about it. We also saw Free Guy, which was amazing. I totally support you needing to do what you need to do. Thank you, Devin. As someone who's been trying to cut Amazon out of every facet of his life, I'm okay not giving Twitch my money or time. Yeah, it is on Prime, Natalie. Speaking of cutting Amazon out of your life. Yep, they have it on Amazon. Finally, after months. I don't know though. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm not gonna spoil it. Yeah, I tried really hard to go at Halloween too, and it just never happened. There was like 3 weekends in a row that Brando had to work overtime, and so we never got to go and see it in theaters. That was one that I was like, yes, we're going in theaters though. It just didn't happen. Maybe next time. It didn't? Oh no, oh no. People get busy. That's fair. I didn't get to go either. So one of the things I want to work on this year, I want things to be more expressive. I want to do more studies of like Steven Universe and Adventure Time, and I want to get really, really, really good at like crazy expressions. He never does anything you want to. Oh no. Yikes. Okay, I think I'm done with that panel. Yeah. Let's go next. We're gonna get a whole page done today. Well, the rest of a page. We're gonna get the rest of a page done today. So we saw Halloween, we saw Free Guy, and then we saw Venom. We also watched a truckload of just really terrible Christmas horror movies. I don't know why they don't make good ones of those. Like, why are they all such crap? I don't get it. There was one that everybody really loves that I just like, the ending was so abrupt and unconcluded. I can't remember what it was called. It's like there's like a slasher trapped in a sorority house. And it's like really old. It's supposedly one of the first like slasher movies. I didn't get it. I'm like, I don't know if I like really crappy horror movies and like this just is too art house for me or what. Just ones you've seen before. Do you have like holiday favorites? Had to start a letterboxd account last year to help me keep track. That's awesome. What a list. Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, that's fair. We watched those three, and I watched Brando play a lot of Dead by Daylight, and outside of that, pretty much it was just like, how to do this in Blender on YouTube. Oh, she'd never seen any Wes Anderson films? A crime. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. Actually, I love a lot of his movies. That's another one that I have like some kind of unpopular opinions on. Like, I don't love Life Aquatic. It's fine. But like, I really loved the Royal Tannenbaums more than Life Aquatic. But I also think his like newer stuff is better. Like, I really loved the Grand Budapest Hotel. A real crime, yeah, for real. Which is nuts, though, because you love stop motion. Okay, Fantastic Mr. Fox and I Love Dogs both are extremely beautiful movies. Grand Budapest Hotel is technically live action, but there's a lot of little like the side cuts of buildings and stuff that he's added from his stop motion animation into his live action film, which I think is amazing. I haven't seen The French Dispatch yet, but I want to. That's also supposed to be very good. Darjeeling, I have mixed feelings about Darjeeling because it is visually a stunning movie. Like, there are some very beautiful sets and stuff in there. The story is depressing. And like the dysfunctionality of that family is off-putting. I don't know. It's not my favorite for sure. For the same reasons as like I didn't love Life Aquatic though, which is not because it wasn't a beautiful movie, just because it has like a weird undertone to it. Occasionally he'll write these characters that just have like this kind of like rampant egomania that is just like very hard to like, and it makes the movie like really polarizing for me. I'm okay with depressing, but the three central characters are just so unlikable. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to enjoy when you hate everyone. Like the sets and the costumes and like the general story is like, they're all really interesting, and then it's like exactly that. The three main characters are just hateful people. The rampant egomania. Yeah, it's just like, you can't have all three of your main characters be just like narcissists and just not have that be kind of not fun for your audience to engage with. And like that's the thing with Life Aquatic too, is the main guy is like such a dick. I hate him. Steve something. I can't remember what they even called him. It was Bill Murray's character, and like that's the other thing, is they wrote a character for Bill Murray that was distinctly unlikable, and that's just not really how I perceive Bill Murray usually. Yeah, when it's all the characters, then you have kind of a problem. I don't know. I think on his newer ones, he's figured out how to rein it in a little bit. Like Fantastic Mr. Fox, the main fox is kind of overly like overly optimistic and arrogant, and it gets his family into a lot of trouble. But there's like a redemption to it. And his wife is like a very relatable, very like wonderful, grounded character. And his son is this like super weird, little awkward, kind of like outcast character that's just also very relatable. Also, everyone's animals, and I have an easier time, I think, with animals. Same with I Love Dogs though. Like you have some kind of like hard-hitting, rougher characters in the beginning, but like they're redeemed by the end, and it's like an arc that's just really fun to go on with them. Then he just makes excuses. Yeah. Yeah, you can't begin the movie with an egomaniac and end the movie with the egomaniac getting what he wants and not redeeming himself. Like that's not, no. Not one sympathetic character in the entire story kind of trope. That's not my vibe either. I don't love that. And I don't love when they just make all of the characters annoying, like over the top annoying. We've been listening to this podcast called You Are a Storyteller. And it's really fascinating. Tackling some chores. Nice. Way to go. Way to start out the new year with like fresh Fresh space. So You Are a Storyteller, I was recommended it by the Andy J. Pizza Creative Pep Talk podcast. He interviewed one of the guys from You Are a Storyteller on there. And just really been enjoying learning about the dynamics and the like anatomy of a story and how to build them properly in a way that's a little bit more audience oriented rather than like I want to be the director or the art director of the story and I want it to be very like obvious that I made it, and there's kind of like a different idea to it with the You're a Storyteller podcast where the characters, the plot, the sets, the vibe is like all serving the story. So anything goes as long as the story is served in the end. He deleted the subtitles when he downloaded it, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh no. Yeah, half of it is all the people in Isle of Dogs speak Japanese. So that's like a whole thing. That I can imagine would be very difficult without subtitles. You'd get the dogs though. The dogs are still... I think you need to re-download it. That is a classic. That's one that like I didn't even bother watching at first. I just went and bought the Blu-ray. I already knew what I was getting into with that one. Man, I've just been chatting away. We should get some drawing done, huh? Honestly, I don't even mind. I love talking to you guys. I actually really miss streaming. I feel like I didn't get enough streaming done in December at all. I'm glad, Jank. That is awesome. Aw. Thanks, Devin. Yeah. The Storyteller podcast is amazing. Especially for someone who's not really comfortable with writing. It got me far enough to be able to actually script and write my own first comic. So I highly recommend the first like 10 or so episodes is kind of like where I'm at. But I really love the first one about the armature of your story, and then there's one about characters. But yeah, just the general thesis of the You Are a Storyteller podcast is everything in the story needs to serve the story. It's always a fun time. Good. I'm glad. Took too long of a break. I missed you guys. I missed hanging out on Discord and hanging out here on stream, seeing what you guys are working on. Definitely a much needed break though, for sure. And you kind of have to listen when your body is like, hi, have this cold. If you don't want it to be bronchitis, you should stop. If you would like to not have bronchitis on top of your asthma, please take to the couch for many days. You're working on your first comic right now. Amazing. Amazing. What is it about? Not normally a podcast fill. That's fair. Might give it that one a shot. Yeah, fair. I need to get better at actually taking the break instead of having my body force me to take the break. That actually I feel like would be probably a good idea. I stand self-care. Same, right? We love a self-care. Maybe that should be an art goal this year. Did you self-care? That's not what her nose looks like. I am so off model. Oh my word. I am in need of the character sheet. Here we go. Character sheet. We're pretty, honestly, we're very far off model. I am not happy about that. That is upsetting. I feel like when you hit a wall, it takes much longer to recover than when you preemptively go, okay, I need to not do this thing for a bit. Like 1,000%. Like nothing has resonated truer for me in the last month than it takes longer to recover if you hit the wall. Yes. Look at that cutie. Oh, I know, right? Those model sheets are darling. Think Nathaniel Hawthorne-esque gothic alt universe with a bit of Inquisition thrown in. Honestly, amazing. Are you going printed comic or web comic format? That sounds so awesome. I firmly believe the world needs more gothic comics, like always. You've never had this happen before. Yeah. I think that's art block and like block in general is very, very difficult. I definitely think there's like strategies for how other people handle it. The way I handled it, I wouldn't recommend, which was basically just give up for 7 years and then come back around and try and relearn everything you already learned. Webcomic might be more doable. Okay. With like the update schedule, that was kind of the reason I decided to go printed rather than webcomic. Was I didn't feel like I felt like I could work in a huge block of work and then get a printed comic out of it, and I didn't feel like I could commit to like a year of weekly updates or whatever, bi-weekly updates. I have since maybe decided that wasn't the best choice, but I kind of already committed, so, you know. I definitely think there's reasons to do both. And it's kind of whatever fits your schedule better. Yeah, I think I agree with Devin. The last couple of years has been very extra on everybody. I don't think anybody made it out of the last 2 years unscathed. Several people I know have changed careers multiple times. A couple people like went into therapy for the first time in their lives. Like it's been rough. Taking a class on chibi and kawaii drawing. Very cool. Yeah, I always find learning new things will help. Whether it gets you all the way out of it or just kind of gives you a different way to express the need you have for like creating things. Finally just switching media and leaning hard away from traditional altogether. Also, I don't think you've been making nothing, Natalie, which is already like miles ahead of what I did, which was basically just like give up completely. So like at least you're still making. I don't think that making always has to be like your main medium or your main creative output either. I think making of any kind, like I feel very fulfilled by like making 3D models and 3D printing stuff, and that's not what I'm known for, not what I'm particularly good at. Like all my models are pretty like wonky. A lot going on the last 2 years. Plus you moved and you know, like your space isn't entirely yours right now. Like that's all very like, what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like being stuck in a intermission when you're like in between. I definitely was stuck in an in between for a really long time, and it's so weird. It's so weird to be there. It has a weird way of dampening any creative flow that you might have. Whether it's because like you can't set up watercolors across like a whole desk and just like leave them there for 10 days or what. Made drawing fun again. Yeah. I feel like you haven't been making nothing. You have not been making nothing. You made those moon calendars. Even if it's graphic design, I think that counts. It's a creative expression of an idea and a functional form of that. I feel like there was a possum. I feel like I saw a possum. There's so much Inktober stuff. Oh my word. Yeah, there is a possum, a beautiful possum. Having the space to work is a huge deal. And not having that is like, it's staggering. We lived in a 600 square foot apartment for a while, and I basically had all my art stuff packed away in bins, and anytime I wanted to use it, I had to get it out, set it up on the table, and then like put it away again. It's frustrating. It's irritating to like have to break down. You have made multiple things this year. The thing that Erica was saying about toxic perfectionism, that's what happened to my like traditional media approaches. It is an awesome possum. It's in the finished works, kind of up above the Drawloween stuff in the Discord. It's a very beautiful possum. The other thing is like the setting up in the basement because you have space there, like there's a difference between setting up in a temporary space and like kind of nesting, like making a creative area that is permanent, that is for you, that has like your things in it. I always struggle until I have my things, my like physical stuff. This is probably the weird Taurus moon BS that I got going on. But just like my physical belongings, all of my toys, my like cups and cups and cups and cups of pencils, and all of my like little tools and my little snack bucket, and like all the stuff that I have around me right now is just very like creates kind of a reverberation of creative energy for me. I think artists are designed to be maximalists and not minimalists. I think so too. I certainly am more of a maximalist than a minimalist. I definitely need stuff and like input, you know, music and videos, and it is an awesome possum, right? It's beautiful. Happy New Year, Nate. Welcome back to work today. I hope you're doing good. I've been doing a little bit of drawing today, but mostly I've just been running my mouth. I don't know. It took me a long time to figure out how to create in a space that is missing the vibe that I'm looking for. It's hard. It's a hard like adjustment. I still have a hard time like creating when we go to family events and stuff like that where there's a lot of screaming little children's. Hard to be inspired by blank walls. Yep. Yeah, exactly. We were listening to Song Exploder. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that one. When we were driving kind of like for New Year's. I think it was the main guy behind the Decemberists was saying he hit kind of a creative wall and he needed to he needed to intake breath. And that was a really interesting way that I've heard that described in the creative process, where creating things is an exhale, and then eventually you just run out of air to exhale and you have to intake breath. So his way of doing that was, Colin Malloy. So his way of doing that was to learn someone else's song and like go and seek out things to intake that would feed that creative process. I thought that was super interesting, a super interesting way to describe it. It's also really hard to be an artist and also a small business owner, because you're constantly trying to feed new things to the business. Yeah, I like that concept. Input output modes for sure. You can't drink from an empty glass. Kind of I don't know, I've heard it described several different ways, but basically the idea of to output things into the universe, you must also intake things to refill whatever holds the thing that you're outputting. So if it's music that you're outputting, you must also intake new forms of music and sounds, and you have to intake audio to be able to put out things. Being really careful what media you consume. Yeah. Yeah. I also find I do better if I intake a lot of different things. Tutorial videos and video essays and TV shows, whether they're like very amazing product quality or they're kind of crappy early 2000s like nostalgia. I have places and times that I want all of that. Rewilding the imagination. I love that. Huh. Comic-Con in 2018. Yeah, I've been looking at cons this year and it scares me. The algorithm gets trained to feed you things you already like, but not show you new things, and that can be a problem for inspiration. Yeah. Yes. And so he's kind of rewilding his social medias also. That concept kind of reminds me of people who plant their yards with clover and wildflowers instead of grass. I love Hilda. Hilda's so good. She's such a mood. Plus, I love all the creatures that she meets. Yeah, where is the Jake Parker? Is that a YouTube? I love Hilda. Hilda's so good. it's kind of terrifying. And like, I feel like I would need different things for a market than I would for my Etsy shop. Like, I feel like there would be different products needed. I'm like a little intimidated because I don't even really know where to start. I didn't realize this little puff cloud was not on that layer. Whoopsies. Yeah, Redbubble, I gave up on Redbubble pretty quick because it was very, like a lot of design stealing was happening on Redbubble. And the amount of money that someone will pay for something like a throw pillow, a phone case, a t-shirt, those are kind of set, you know? Like, people will pay between 15 and 30 for a t-shirt. And like 30 is pretty high. And so you have to set your profits like super low on Redbubble to be able to get anything sold. It's also almost impossible for a consumer to find anything on the Redbubble website. Their search algorithm is annoying, but it's mostly because there's so much stuff on there. Been lurking, but you're heading off. Okay. See you later, Jink. Have a good day. It is nice to set and forget. I agree. That is a really good... I love that. And I was kind of looking at something, I think it's called like Printable, that you can integrate into your Etsy that will let you have kind of a similar set it, forget it printing partner experience. I just keep thinking about making apparel. So Etsy's really nice for their SEO. They have an internal search algorithm. It's a place people go for artwork and handcrafted goods. But in the last couple of years, the fees have got a little insane. Society 6 is okay too. Same kind of problem with Redbubble. Like, you set your price and it's kind of like, you can really only go so high. Society 6, like, the website is a little bit more friendly, I think. And the user experience is a little better than Redbubble's was for me. I am using Etsy right now because I want the SEO, and the SEO and the ads are driving a lot of, like, the passive digital sales that I do. So I have a lot of like emotes and streaming kits and stuff like that that are up there right now that benefit from having ads run on them and from having people searching for stuff like that on Etsy. They sort of get purchased and then they relist themselves. So it's kind of like a hands-off, but I get a little bit more money out of it. But the Etsy fees have been kind of going a little crazy as of late. I have heard good things about Shopify. That's like Shopify and having your own website though, you have to drive your traffic, and that's kind of if you don't have enough of a social media following anywhere else to be able to send that traffic somewhere, it's not really going to help you get sales. Kind of in the place where I'm at, where I'm a little bit smaller of a social media presence, I get almost nothing on my website, but I get probably a couple sales a day on Etsy for small things. There's definitely alternatives. I think it's worth getting on YouTube and listening to some other artists' experiences with different platforms like that. Unfortunately, I don't have like an end-all be-all recommendation. I wish I did. That would be really nice, and I would love to be able to be helpful, but kind of a frustrating market right now. I feel like this face got so far off model that I need to fix it. You've had your shop on vacation so long, IDK what Etsy is even doing. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, I feel like that's a little bit better. A whole page! Yes! You suspect I'm going to have to make prints made? Yeah. Time to go into research mode. Fair enough. I ended up buying a Canon Pixma printer. One of the, like, least expensive ones. I think it was probably somewhere around $200 or $300. And then I end up just making my own prints. You can get it done pretty easily if you get a printer that is able to do decent quality, get some like decent paper, and then a paper guillotine, one of those like choppers. Yeah. The hard thing with getting prints and stickers made is the overhead. When we first started out, I got it's probably $100 worth of stickers ordered, and there was only 10 of each one, And so it was like I had to manage the inventory very carefully, and it was a huge pain. What ended up being the fix for it is we just saved up a little bit of money and bought a Silhouette Cameo 4 cutter. And that, in combination with the printer that can do photo quality, makes for some pretty decent stickers. If I do say so myself. Took some trial and error, but like, it happened. Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good about getting back into comics today. Even if it has been like a month. Now I just need to go hunt down my script so we know what to actually put in the text here, so Devin doesn't make fun of me for leaving comic font in the actual final of this comic. That would be really bad. Yeah, I would look at getting a printer first, and then maybe save up print sales to get some kind of cutter. Definitely watch reviews of Cricut versus Silhouette before you make a decision on that. They have pros and cons, but I think the new Cricut makers are making you get a subscription for space for some reason. I don't know. There was a whole thing when I was researching it that I was like, hi, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. So be careful with your research on those cutters. I know there's also one from Brother that is pretty good, that people have said is like decent. Where did my script go? I don't know. Lost and gone forever. We really hope not. That would be bad. The weatherproof ones, yeah. Yep, if you can scrape together enough overhead to order from a sticker printing site and they have the weatherproof ones, those are the best quality you can get. The overhead is the problem for me. Cool. Oh no, subscription. Yeah. Just, you know, it doesn't matter which one you pick as long as it's the right one for you. Just make sure that like you understand what you're getting into. UV coated weatherproof vinyl is great for stickers because they can go on water bottles and cars without issue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There it is. There's the script. What page is this? 12? Something shifted in the pages. I need to figure out where we're at. Yay! The page is done. It has text. No, the script clearly calls for him to say comic font here. Maybe it does. The Arizona sun will destroy anything over time. That's fair. That's fair. Now I want to see the final product of the 3D print from Instagram. Oh, you want to see the slug? Okay, give me just a second. I'll go grab. I don't know if I can like. Hang on. I don't know if I have a camera that's set up to be able to show you the sluggo. Yeah, where's the slug baby? Okay, let me go grab the slug baby and we'll do some janky webcamming here. One moment. Okay, so we've got the snap camera set up. Here's the 3D printing plate. Here's Sluggo Boy. We haven't done like face cam in like forever. I've got my mic set up right in front of my face. Hilarious. Yes, so here's the Sluggo. And he's just gonna pop off the print bed. Slug Boy. I'll probably have to crack some of his little bits. He's got little flat parts right here on the bottom where you can see where he's stuck to the bed. But he has like a very good like sound. He's a print in place model. So all of these little hinges just printed together like this. He doesn't come apart. He's a little crunchy, yeah, for sure. And he's got a little, like some little support brims on his little antennae. Oh, just dump stuff all over my desk. But there he is, a little slug friend. Such a cutie. Good to see you. Thank you. I was not prepared for webcamming today, thus the snow and Christmas trees. Anyway, there's the Instagram slug for all of you who wanted to see him in his crispy glory, brand new off the print bed. super fun. There's a couple of these that are stuck together that I need to kind of like break free from the inside so that they'll articulate perfectly, but most of them are doing a really good job. I'm very excited about him. He's 50% size, so like the actual size of that model is like gigantic. I would never leave him alone, right? I've become obsessed with like fidget and touch toys. Slug BB. You're right, I can't stop touching him. He's too cool. He does kind of like curl around your hand, which is like a weird, beautiful and strange. I love 3D printing. Everything 3D printing is beautiful and strange because like it's an additive production mode. I don't know, it's too cool. All right, we'll put that down because I'm sure that's making an audio disaster. I want to see how small I can get them. Like I want to try a tiny slug and see if it will still like articulate. Yeah, so he's actually hard. He feels kind of like a little bit like a slinky. Like those tiny, long plastic slinkies that we had as kids that you could kind of like bend over your hand a little bit. That's kind of what it feels like. So it's like a hard plastic, but it's like, it has some liquidity to it, which is weird. All right, I think we'll call it there with Slug Show Off for today. I'm old. Slinky was pinchy metal. Yeah, Slinky was pinchy metal for a really long time, for sure. So we will see you guys on Thursday morning. I will post in Discord if I have to cancel because my dentist appointment was too gnarly on Wednesday, but it should be okay. Should be a quick one. Maybe just a tiny filling. So hopefully that will be, I will have been able to sleep that off by Thursday morning. Do smaller and put them everywhere. So for New Year's, we printed 16 tiny creepers from Minecraft, and we hid them all over my in-laws' house for my nieces and nephews to go and find. They had the best time, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, maybe 50 cents worth of plastic, and I just printed them overnight, and then we just popped them off the bed, stuck their little heads on, filled our like pockets, and just kind of hid them everywhere. It was so fun. It was so fun. They loved them. We did Baby Yoda's like 2 years ago and did the same thing, but they weren't quite old enough to know what was going on. Yeah, thanks for coming, Natalie. It was good to see you guys. I really missed talking to you guys. Sorry it was a little low on the drawing today and a little high on the chit chat, but I think that those are also very worthwhile streams. So hopefully you guys have a good week, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye, guys.